So, Melody, and congratulations
Thank
on
you so much.
being
Thank you
so
so much.
good.
It's an honor to be part of your vibration.
And so let's begin with you sharing your name and your location, where you live, and where you do your work.
Okay, sure. So, my name is Melody. I like to be called Melody. My full name is Cheryl Melody Baskin. And I live outside of Boston, Massachusetts. I live in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, where the Boston Marathon begins. And where I do my work mostly now is virtually, although I will attend something in person or do a peace gathering, that kind of thing. Before the pandemic, I did a lot of performances and teaching, and everything was in person. And then things changed after the pandemic, and so that's basically it.
Perfect. So, can you tell us a bit more about your work and what difference it makes? And if you have a story you could share, that would be great.
Sure. Um, I guess how I want to preface everything is that everything I do, everything I've done, um, is a result of the pain that I experienced when I was younger, um, being a minority religion and having a lot of prejudice and bias and violence and abuse in the area I was in. And as a young girl, for some reason, I just knew that I wanted to turn that pain into raising the consciousness in the world toward love. And so even at 5 years old, and I sang even at that age, I was feeling like I wanted to reach out globally in some way and raise the vibration so that other people, other children, would not have to experience this kind of irrational prejudice. So that's really the seed of everything that I have done. Um, so since that time, I have created music mostly with messages about peace, diversity celebration, kindness, self-esteem, that kind of thing. Um, Albums for children, albums for adults, and then I would perform them. I did Peace Begins With Me concerts around the United States in different schools and libraries, organizations, taught music, and did a lot with bullying, but everything around music and rap and things like that, just trying to make that uh, understandable. And I would have kids create peace promises. And I remember one particular child who apparently was the bully of the school getting up and reading his peace promise. And that was an amazing thing to me. I felt like in that moment, I had made a difference. So that's the kind of thing I did up until the pandemic. During the pandemic, before the pandemic, I started writing books, transformational nonfiction books. During the pandemic, I wrote a book about peace called Peace Dreamer, A Journey of Hope in Bad Times and Good. And that book just changed me. I felt like I got to know peace in even a deeper way and love even in a deeper way. And so I did that. Did a lot of writing. I continued to write. And I also, that saying, build a field and they will come. I built an online field on Facebook, a community called Shift of Heart, Paths to Healing and Love. I didn't know if anybody would join, but I have quite a few thousand people there now. And it is the most wonderful thing. It's like having being on a peace island, a respite. People are all on the same page about manners and kindness, and they reach out to each other and they lift each other up. And I may have an affirmation there and we talk about it, or a video, and it's just a wonderful exchange. One of the most satisfying things that I've ever done. Um, and uh, and then because of this particular unrest, shall we say, that we are going through right now, I'll be kind, using that word, I felt that I needed to create something else too, in addition to that, because for me, social media has been a wonderful outlet. I haven't experienced the negatives that a lot of people have. And so I've created a Substack. Kept hearing about Substack. So I tried to learn about it, which was not easy. And it's been wonderful because now I have people, some from the Shift Art group, some new people. And now I'm creating guided meditations that are helping to calm people, calm their nervous systems down so that they can stay grounded and centered, and also encourage people that they can feel all the feelings, the shadow and the light, the darkness and the light, and be able to handle it and still have peace as their main perception in their lives. So I've been able to do lots of creative things that I wasn't able to do before, like the meditations and podcasts and all kinds of shadow and light affirmations and sacred pauses. And I'm very excited about that new way of reaching out globally. So,
Beautiful. Thank you. So, how do you define peace, Melody? And also, what is the source of your lifelong dedication to peace? You talked a little bit more about that, but I'd love to hear more.
yes, well, I think from the pain, that is my source, to try to shift apart past healing and love, and try to shift people. I believe in the goodness of people. I see everybody as if they are, I remember how we were all newborns. We were all innocent at one time or another. And then generational patterns and experiences and all of that has affected people in different ways. And we've taken different paths. And my whole adage is peace begins with me. So everything that I do, that is my emphasis in every word I write, every song I sing, and everything on social media. How can we be the peace, be the kindness, be the love that we want in the world? And I believe it starts with ourselves, and we have to give that to ourselves first. And then the more that we love ourselves, the more we are able to love other people. It's a cliche, but it's true. And when we are in a destructive, self-destructive, critical mode, then we want to hurt people. So my whole thing is all about that. And I feel that peace is a verb. It's a verb. And yeah, it's an action. And I used to teach children, I made it up, WAFT method, words, actions, feelings, thoughts. So it's something that we adults need to ask ourselves too. Did my words hurt somebody? Did they uplift them? Did they hurt me? Did I uplift myself, or did I put myself down? And you can go on with actions and feelings and thoughts, and that all encompasses peace. And I think our main call to action is love. And that will create the peace that we want in every corner of the world. So I work hard I love the meditation, loving kindness meditation. I love it, and I often lead it. And I have singing bowls here that I bring, and I'll say it. And what I love about that is you're wishing happiness and safety and peace and wellness for yourself, for each other and for the world. And so that's what I try to concentrate on, including sending it to people who aren't my cup of tea, that I don't agree with. I just believe that I believe in the power of thoughts, positive thought transference. So I believe that if I can just send these people and everyone a high vibration of love and light around them, that maybe, just maybe, they might feel that vibration of loving kindness and shift their heart. So
Beautiful. That's beautiful, Melody. Thank you.
mm,
Oh my goodness. So, in your work for peace, which is long standing and so incredible, of what are you most proud?
um, I'm well, I was invited out of the blue to go to Oklahoma City after the bombing and do a peace and healing concert at the University of Oklahoma. I had never performed nationally before. Yeah, that was the first time, and I was very nervous to say yes, but I've always told myself to listen to the whispers, to listen, and if it feels like a yes, and it's nothing I planned, it just feels like something I'm supposed to do, my purpose, I'll say yes. So I said yes. I'll mention her name. She was a professor at the University of Oklahoma, Dr. Norma Leslie, and she just happened to have some of my music and called. And so there I was on the amphitheater stage, very nervous, wondering, what am I doing here? Because these people are grieving the deepest grief you could possibly imagine. Who am I to be able to help them in any way? So I had that inner voice going on, and I'm standing there waiting for the engineer to give me the green light, and a butterfly, and I'm not making this up, flew around me, landed on my microphone, and I just felt that that was a sign, because I'm always looking for signs, cues and clues from the universe, that I'm in the right place, the right time, and I have enough within me and my open heart mostly that will get across. So I started. Can I sing a little bit of the song I started to sing? All right, it's called One Planet. I'm in terrible voice today, but I'll try it. The chorus is, we're all one people, all one nation, all one planet, together we can live. And it goes on. And then there's a verse that says, we're all the colors of one rainbow, all the feelings of one heart, all the music of one voice. Let's reach for a brand new start. And then it goes back to the chorus. Well, I heard an inner voice as I'm singing this saying, get them off the bleachers. And I'm having an argument with that inner voice. I know I sound crazy, but
No, you don't at all.
I'm saying to myself, but what if I make a fool of myself and they don't move? And I've interrupted everything. But like I said, I listen to the deep inner voices, or just that intuitive knowing. So I did ask them. They did get down from the bleachers, and I, from the stage, was able to hear my singing, their singing, and witness them hugging each other, crying, introducing themselves to each other, probably telling their story, continuing to sing. And it was in that moment that I knew my purpose, because up until then, I love variety. So here I am teaching, here I am singing, here I am making an album, here I'm doing this and that. I didn't know how it all tied in. But in that moment, I knew that somehow I was given a gift you don't learn in college, just creating a community of love and sharing my heart and opening people's hearts. And I knew that in that moment. It was the first time. It was like a thread, And so I think I don't know if it's the proudest moment, but it was a thunderstruck kind of aha moment, you know? And I was
Yes,
grateful, and I'm very grateful.
that's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
So, yes. And we're, of course, boiling down our time, but
Okay.
in the remaining moments, what do you want others to know about you and your work for peace?
I think not so much about my work for peace, but just keep that whole idea of peace begins with me in your heart. You know, a lot of the things that are going on now are out of our control, but as the serenity prayer says, we need to know the wisdom between what we can change and what we can't change. And we can be the peace we want in the world, the kindness, the manners. When you're going on errands, make them more than errands. Communicate with strangers, give them eye contact, a warm smile, you know, help them out, give them talk with them, and you never know what can happen, even on a simple errand. So do your peace work wherever you are, wherever you go, and mostly within yourself as well.
That is absolutely beautiful. So
Thank
thank
you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.